A warm welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, before we get into the recipe today's a very special day for us on Afternoon Express because two of our absolute legends have their birthdays today. One of them happens to be Jeannie D on her birthday today, and the second one is our very own Clem Pedro. And so, dude, you've been very subtle about your birthday today, no mentions about it. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
How's the day been?
It's been awesome. Got to spend it with you.
Oh, you see, we were shooting a whole bunch of stuff this morning, very exciting things, and this guy got to spend his birthday with us. How old are you today? Are you allowed to reveal that?
No, 29.
Oh, 29.
Yeah.
Oh, man. If you guys want to go and shed some love for Clem Pedro, there are a whole bunch of posts on all the social media sites. At Afternoon Chat, we've posted a photo of him. There's a little boomerang thing on Instagram you guys can go check out. Afternoon Express, send him all the love that you guys can today. We're also going to be making lots of things that smell lovely in the loft today, and we're making something called dukkah. Now, dukkah is something that is comes from a whole bunch of areas around the world, but I know particularly dukkahs in Egypt is where they kind of credited it from. And it's something you can use as a dip with something like an olive oil, but today we're using it as a flavorant for meat.
That's right. And I like using it as a spice in a sense because the main ingredient in dukkah, it's nuts, hazelnuts.
Okay.
And once you roast them, they actually have quite a lot of flavor.
Those flavors are nuts. Yeah.
But actually, the dukkah's in the second part. We're making lamb chop ribs first.
Oh, yummy. Okay.
You gotta have something with the dukkah. You can't just be chowing dukkah, you know?
Yeah, and because it's your birthday, can I do something?
Yeah. Okay, do everything.
Okay, how about it? What can I do?
Well, let me show you first. Let me show you what you're working with. So we're working with rib chops today,
yes, yummy.
which I think are like, if you're looking for a quick lamb dish, these are the guys to go to.
The flavors, the fats, everything in this is amazing.
And it only takes about 20 minutes to cook. So you've got that amazing fat on this one side of the lamb, which gives that amazing flavor, crispiness. And the fat just brings so much of the moistness to the lamb.
To braai this is the best thing in the whole world. Just with olive oil, salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of lemon. It's amazing.
And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Well, a little bit. So we've got the chops in there, and bring the chops up to room temperature. You don't want to put them on a grill or on the braai when they're cold. Such a small piece of meat, it's going to just tense up so quickly. So let it rest, come to room temperature.
Okay.
So in there, we're going to go with some rosemary.
Which we have to.
Because lamb and rosemary, I mean, it goes together like...
Any meat and rosemary is a
like
great
Clem and
idea.
Dan.
Yeah.
Looking for brownie points.
That's so cheesy.
It's my birthday, you can't say that. Okay,
Better.
Okay, so lamb, rosemary, and then lemon.
Yes, oh yummy.
What you could do is, I'm microplaning it, but if you've got a normal vegetable peel at home, just take like big peels of the lemon and add it into the bowl.
Okay. So you're basically adding all the fragrances at the moment. So like the sort of rosemary is nice and fragrant and fresh. The lemon, fragrant, fresh.
Citrusy, brings out all the natural flavor of the rosemary and of the lamb.
Okay.
And garlic. Just throw the whole guy in there. It's just been smashed. And then olive oil. So we're keeping it simple. We're not adding radical flavors to it. We're still allowing the lamb to bring its own flavors through. Finally, because you got to have some chili.
Oh, yummy. So you're adding a bit of heat in there with all those light flavors.
And you can add some salt for me?
Ta-da! That I can do. Oh, wow. Clearly I haven't been doing much in the kitchen for a long time. Dab with salt.
I was going to ask you to grill the chops, but after that performance with the salt, I'm just going to I'll just do it myself. It's okay. So let these marinate for half an hour. Okay. They'll tenderize. I'll let you do something, okay?
Okay, I'm waiting.
Just now. So these are the guys that I marinated earlier.
Okay.
Okay, so they're looking good. On a hot grill, get it really, really hot. What you can start doing is... What's that?
Or a braai. You can create a braai with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we South Africans, we braai in winter.
Lekker.
Let's go.
In the rain.
So because of that fat cap that's on there, you want to place that down first and let that fat start rendering out.
Okay, cool.
It goes deliciously crispy and yummy. The fat renders out, and you actually cook the lamb in its own fat.
Oh, yummy. That's
amazing.
So good.
So let's pretend that it's been rendering out. It's beautiful and golden. So we pop the guys down, and then we're going to let them go. So tips I want to know, have you been paying attention when you're talking about cooking meat?
Yes.
Okay, meat 101, are you ready?
Yes.
Once the meat goes down, we do not.
Once the meat goes down, we do not turn it over until it bleeds out the top. Oh, no.
We don't turn it over.
We don't turn it over ever.
Do its thing, and I'll give you half a mark.
Okay, thanks.
You can earn it back in part 2.
Yes, amazing. So if you guys want to start making your meat at home, you can find the recipe and the shopping list on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. Part 2, we're going to be making our delicious dukkah. A spice for this dish is also coming up later on in the show. You can find that recipe and the shopping list on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. Let's continue our convo with Butle Samuels.
Express yourself.
Such a chop. You are such a chop. Literally, they're a chop. They're a lamb rib chop, and we're making them, and we're putting them on the fire, and we're resolving conflict in the kitchen here today.
I find that conflicting.
Wow.
Like this is so hectic, so much anger.
Resolve it, cook it, make it delicious, eat it. It becomes part of you, and you become one again. You see, you become one, and it like solves the conflict.
Whoa, you're on both ends like today. It's crazy.
A genius. I'm a genius
Okay.
is what I am. Okay, so Clem, what we've done with our lamb chopsies, we've kind of put those on the grill and they've grilled up nicely. They're looking delicious. We've got the chili in there. We've got the rosemary, the garlic, and the lemon rind that's in there. Now all that's left to do is make that all-important dukkah because
That's right.
we've never done it on the show before. It's an absolute must if you're moving forward in the culinary spaces, in your kitchen at home. It is an incredible thing to have around the house.
You're selling it so well.
It is amazing. I
Thank
promise you, I fell in love with dukkah and I will never go back. It's a thing I eat every time for starters.
It's amazing. I love it. So what I've done is I've just toasted this up again just to warm it through and just release the natural oils in there. And I've got hazelnuts in there.
Yes.
The skins have been taken off. I've got sesame seeds, coriander seed, cumin seed, some red chili.
Smells delicious, yeah.
You can smell it already.
Yes.
It's pretty intense. But it's amazing how much flavor you actually get out of the hazelnuts and sesame seeds. It becomes a spice mix on its own.
So basically, to be honest, a dukkah is really just the base of hazelnuts. So that's the base of all dukkah.
That's the base.
Okay, so
And
you can
from
create
there,
your own
you
little
kind of-
combinations as
Yeah,
you go.
you make it your own. You really do.
But
So-
I highly recommend sesame seeds because while in Turkey, I remember dukkah also was served there. You said this is an Egyptian dish to Morocco, etc. All that sesame seems to be one of the favorite flavors because it's like really rich. It's a, I don't know what, it's a smoky flavor.
It is.
Which you
A
have
smoky,
to
nutty flavor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this on for a little bit, let that go. And I don't want to make it a powder.
Yeah.
I want to keep some texture in there. And I want to know what I'm eating, so I want to see a bit of it, right?
No, I think now your nuts are still a bit too big in there. I think you got to like go a bit more, yeah.
There we go. So observant, eh?
Yeah, because the dukkah, to be honest, if you're going to put a bit of olive oil and you're going to have olive oil with like a nice ciabatta bread or something that you're going to have with it, you've got to have it at least stick to the bread. You can't have a big chunky little
That's
bit of
right.
hazelnut and then...
So I'm going to pour that in there. So as you can see, I've kept it a bit chunky. As you should.
Oh, and now that you've grinded that up, all of that, like the way that
smells-
you roasted it, oh, it's
I really wish we
delicious.
could like send this to our viewers out there so they can get
No,
a massive
it is
whiff
a
of
trick. On this previous show I used to work on, we used to tell viewers this, and I used to do it. I promise you, used to do it. We used to like waft, and if you rub the top corner of your screen, it always says SABC3, rub the top corner, and you sniff it there, you can smell what we're making today. Try it at home, it's fantastic.
I would love to see the selfies of people actually doing
Yeah.
it. That'd be amazing.
Oh, it smells so good. If you guys do not try this at home, you're really, really missing out. Dukkah is such a cool new fusion of a whole bunch of
It is.
flavors.
It's
And Moroccan
crazy
food,
good.
Egyptian,
So
You're
what I'm doing
cutting
is I'm
up-
chopping up some parsley.
Why are you
okay.
ruining the dish?
Okay. You know what? I'm going to change it for you. I'm going to
good.
change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dukkah that we've got there.
Yummy.
And while it's still hot, I mean, you can let this cool off and keep it in a Ziploc bag in the fridge. It'll actually keep for about 3 weeks.
Awesome.
Which is
Sure.
pretty great.
Very cool.
I love using it hot though. That's like so much more flavor. So we're sprinkling over our chops.
Oh, yummy. As if that fat that you've already grilled off hasn't got enough of a crunch. Yum.
And then what happens is the dukkah actually, the juices that have been resting in the bottom of the pan with all that lamb gets absorbed by all that dukkah and it becomes something totally crazy. Can I sprinkle a little bit of green
You are
on the
welcome
side?
to. I think it's good to sprinkle green on the side, even on top, because the freshness of that will just sort of combat the really deep, rich flavors of that sesame seed and the hazelnuts and things. So I'll give that up to you. All that's left is to basically decorate this dish, add some lemon on top, and it'll taste so delicious. And they've got a yogurt here, which is a nice sort of side for this, correct?
It is. So we're sticking with that Middle Eastern vibe. So we're using yogurt. So I'm just going to grab the yogurt. Will you grab the sumac for me?
Like, which one's sumac? This?
Yes, and you know sumac already. We worked with that before.
Yeah, we've spoken about it. It smells delicious. And if you guys want to make, obviously, all of these different ingredients, mix the two together, make your own dips, your sides, enjoy the process of Moroccan and Egyptian food, then go to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. That's where you can download the recipe and the shopping list for this incredible, incredible dish we're making on the show today. So make sure you don't miss this. Make it for your friends and family. Take a photo and send it to us when you are done. Now, after the break, we're chatting all about conflict within the family. And I can tell you now, there's going to be some conflict in the Afternoon Express family over these delicious lamb chops. And also, if you guys are fighting over the remote, we'll show you how to resolve that too. We'll be right back.
Express yourself.
How you doing, YouTube fam? Thank you so much for watching, sharing and commenting. We love hearing from you, so be sure to keep up to date with all things Afternoon Express by clicking the subscribe button right here.